What's up guys, welcome back from the YugioPro duo video. Next match, Cross-Banlist Cup, last match here in the group round, I guess, here in Group H. We have two big hitters, Zoodiac versus Thunders. Zoodiac from 2017, Thunder from 2019. So again, one of the more recent decks from, well, like last year, right? So yeah, which deck has the advantage? Interesting one. We see two big powerhouses, definitely two title candidates. Both decks have their advantages. The one card exceeds in favor of Zoodiac, while on the other hand, Thunder has one of the, well, most broken boss monsters, I guess, aka Colossus, being the floodgate that prevents searches. So that, well, you know, like the votes feel pretty much the same from the previous video, is that, well, people prefer or see Thunder winning over Zoodiac, even though, you know, when reading through the comments, you see, like, always the same cards coming back. Stuff like Blossom, stuff like Dimensional Barrier, which are, of course, very solid against a deck like Thunder. You know, and, well, yeah, the other way around, something like Colossus is obviously very strong against a deck like Zoodiac. So Thunder going first, and that's not really a great opening hand. I believe double hand trap, one Blossom, I think, a Ghost Ogre as well, and the Thunder Dragon Fusion, which, you know, is not really alive, especially if you're only opening with that Thunder Battery Man. And I probably should, you know, just should have kept My Body as a Shield, still at Shuffle Reborn, right? So I don't think there was like a reason to use My Body as a shield here. Well, okay, doesn't really matter too much in the long run, but, you know, make the standard opening of, one of the standard openings of the deck from back then. That was Dryad and Hammer Kong. You know, Hammer Kong protects, like, your Zoodiac monsters from being targeted. And for stuff like Impermanence, that can definitely be very important. The Aloof Lupin, definitely not the top deck. Again, the Thunder Dragon Fusion being a dead card. So basically, first game, Thunder didn't really have a great opening hand. While Zoo isn't really a deck that can brick. If it's, well, it has like triple tanky, and, well, just opening one Zoodiac is fine. Because of their Exceeds, Broad Bull can search another monster. So, I mean, you're just setting up next turn, right? Plus, of course, double Red Pier, and double Red Pier equals, thanks to Ram, equals into a Dagusta Emerald play, and of course gives you the, you know, the pot of avarice effect indeed. The Thunderbird, or, you know, you know which one I mean, right? Definitely going to negate that with something like Solemn Strike, and this should be my duel. Dagusta Emerald again for the 3+1, and of course the Pot of Avarice effect. I believe this particular decklist from Zoo is also running double enemy controller, especially for the mirror match. That was back then the, you know, like very powerful. Take control of your opponent's Zoodiac monsters and overlay it with your own. Chikanine, I believe, is the name, hits the field, Ram as well. You know, just, it doesn't really matter, right? Tiger Mortar, re-equipping something to Dagusta Emerald, and this is indeed more than enough to attack for the game. So, the early breaking definitely, you know, like, screwed over the first duel, especially for Thunders. So game number 2, post-side deck, Thunder opts to go first, and that's it. Well, this is definitely a solid opening hand for Thunder, but the Blossom is going to do a lot. It prevents, you know, the Dark from getting the search, the definitely needed search here, and this way that, well, the Ash Blossom again prevents the Colossus from coming out, which is again quite crucial. Then again, there is the Thunder Battery Man for the potential follow-up play, even though it's not really going to do anything outside maybe the Wee Witch that needs to be triggered. The DD Crow could do something here in this situation. The Ram indeed gets banished, but it doesn't really matter too much because of a Whiptail. Whiptail is definitely like or could be an MVP here in this matchup. Again, has the ability, if you don't know, it has the ability to, you know, of course, attach it to any Exceed Zoodiac on your side of the field, and as soon as that Zoodiac monster battles an opponent's monster, that monster will get banished. So let's say if you're with Zoodiacs, that is, play against something like Burning Abyss, Dante, banish Beatrice. Same counts for Colossus, right? Colossus, let's say in defense, just attack into it with something like Whiptail equipped, or, you know, attached to a Zoodiac monster, and that's game over. I leave the Imperial Order on the field. You know, I don't think there is any reason to destroy it with the Trident. And, I mean, Thunder is playing a couple of powerful spells, like, again, the Thunder Dragon Fusion, Gold Sark, which was top-decked. So, again, there was, like, no reason to destroy the Imperial Order. And that kind of cost him the duel. Then, again, not really sure if it would have mattered too much with Gold Sark and, of course, the second Blossom. Let's not forget that. Zoodiacs, the deck that has, like, those one-card engines, and half of its deck is, like, hand traps and disruption. So yeah, this was a quick 2-0, Zoodiacs leading with 2-0, double Trident, and we're all again very strong. And of course, Barrage, triple Barrage is still a ridiculous card. So game number 3 again, Thunder's opted to go first, and I see my opening hand, and I was like, okay, this is really not that bad. If there is like one Colossus, it can be negated with Chalice. The Zoodiac combo, the trap card on the far most left isn't really that good. I kept in some strikes and warning as well, because, you know, I side-decked in everything I want, or I wanted, so there was like no other cards that I wanted to put out, or you know, take out for the Solemn Brigade, especially going second, right? So Titan gets his, you know, it gets its effect is obviously, you really don't want to like random destroy one of my back rows here, and that's cool, pretty much setting up for next turn, Titan destroying itself, banishing 2 cards from the graveyard, so I believe banishing both Darks, getting those beneficial searches, but I mean, this is more than enough. The strikes or the Solemn Brigade wasn't good enough, and GG, well played. So okay, game number 4, I have the advantage, I go first, and I was like, okay, this is a solid opening hand, the Gamma Seals, you know, like just in case, for follow-up plays next turn, a couple of traps, so yeah, the Solemn Strike, the Red Pier as well, which was not in... okay, no, I drew it off of the Thoroughblade, but I get no material, no material from all the cards, so now the targeted monster cannot be used for like Exceed material, and that pretty much stops me in my tracks. I need like a Barrage as a follow-up play, but nope, that wasn't the case. And no immediate good hand trap like something like Blossom to prevent my opponent from establishing his board, getting those beneficial searches, and my body as a shield, it's not going to do anything against this field. So the Thunder comeback is real. So again, game number 5. Again, I want to start, I want to go first, and again I get no material. But okay, it's fine. I have double Whiptail and Shuffle Reborn. The Shuffle Reborn could be very important as a potential follow-up play. I want to warning the Batteryman, you know, just not make the Thunder Dragon monsters live in his hand. I mean, we can definitely expect like the Thunderbird, you know which one I mean, the Reborner or whatever. You know, just not giving the deck like the light and dark as well it needs for the potential Chaos monster play. And Thunder passes, so that's cool. Draw Maxi, have Dimensional Barrier, Barrage as well, off of Desires. You know, okay, I agree, that was pretty disgusting, and this should be the game, right? Again, Trident popping the Ram in the battle phase, getting the third Whiptail indeed, and I still have another Whiptail in hand, and all of them will be equipped to the Trident, and this is indeed a little over 3k, like 3.7, whatever, and now I can just attack for a game. So Zoodiacs do take up winning, or you know, do end up winning this last one, even though it didn't really matter too much. Both decks were already sure that they would move on to the top 16 playoffs, but I mean, their opponent in the top 16, okay, that's important. The first place will always take on the second place of the opposite group. So this means is that all the way on the bottom, Zoodiacs will take on Performage and Pels. Okay, that's a cool one. Next matchup, feel free again to leave your predictions. The first top 16 match, we have one of, again, like 2 recent decks, Electromite.deck, Electromite Turbo, Panda Magicians, again, one of the title candidates from this year. It's going to take on heroes, modern heroes from, you know, like late 2019. So again, like always, feel free to leave your predictions. The pinned comment has a link to the straw poll. And of course, feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.